Hello, and congrats on your new job located in China. Welcome to our informational video course in which we will discuss various topics to prepare you not only for the business world in China, but also your daily life in general. You have a lot of great opportunities and excitement to look forward to, so let's get started.
China uses yuan or renminbi. The exchange rate is 6.7 Chinese yuan for $1. In general, goods and services are cheaper in China. Cash and cards are used less and less in China. Nowadays, Chinese locals usually use Alipay or WeChat to pay for goods and services. Alipay and WeChat are apps on your phone that are very similar to Apple Pay.
Amy and Dayu are going shopping. They use Shosho to find nearby merchants and special offers. Amy shows her unique Alipay code and has it scanned. Done. More than 60% of the transactions processed by Alipay are conducted on mobile devices. Travel is another key function offered by Alipay. Users with a higher Jima credit score can book a hotel without a deposit, and AliTrip offers travel packages. More and more merchants across China and around the world are accepting Alipay. Koubei allows users to look for local merchants and restaurants, place orders, and write reviews. Millions of taxis accept Alipay across China and overseas. There are so many other functions to explore, from booking movie tickets or food deliveries to paying utilities, transferring money on the go, and many more.
The most common banks in China are Bank of China, Industry and Commercial Bank of China, and China Construction Bank, while card payment organizations such as Visa and MasterCard are widely used in the US. China uses only UnionPay, which is the largest card payment organization in the world. You should go to the bank in China and set up an account.
You can easily find American restaurants in China. Chain restaurants and fast food restaurants are common, however their menus are often modified to fit the Chinese culture. In general, Chinese dining culture is very different than American dining. It is important to be aware of mannerisms that are viewed as polite and those that are viewed as disrespectful. Someone who chews with their mouth open is considered to have poor table manners, which is similar to mannerisms in the US. A difference between table mannerisms is that in China, it isn't polite to talk at the table throughout the meal, only before and after. However, in the US, people are constantly talking throughout meals and it may be considered rude to not respond to someone. There are differences in Chinese eating traditions based on the demographics. In the north, noodles are common, and in the south, rice is more common, so it depends which area of China you live in. Chopsticks are used with almost every meal compared to forks, spoons, and knives, which are commonly used in the United States. It is considered rude and disrespectful to play with your chopsticks and use them for any purpose other than eating. Meats such as pork and tofu are consumed in popular dishes mixed with vegetables and rice or noodles. When it comes to all services in China, especially the food industry, people do not leave tips but have higher wages than Americans who have lower wages but receive tips from patrons. Depending on where you live, you can normally get a normal lunch and dinner for around 20 to 45 yuan.
As you probably know, the dominant language in China is Chinese. Most people are familiar with English, especially the younger generation. There's no way to feel intimidated because even though English isn't spoken as much as Chinese is, you will still be able to communicate with people. Here are some words you should know.
你好，谢谢，再见，请带我去那里。厕所，很荣幸和你合作。我的名字叫……你可以讲英文吗？张总你好，吴老板你好，你好，很高兴和你合作。请坐，请坐，我也很高兴和你合作。张总近来怎样？最近挺好的，就是很忙啊。那我们就不耽误你的时间了，我带我的方案，那我们一起来讨论一下吧。好啊，好啊。
It is rude to mix business in small talk. It is also considered rude to not engage in small talk. Seniority is important when considering business negotiations, so it is recommended to have an experienced, older businessman representing your company. In addition, personal connections are taken more seriously than a paper contract, so it is essential to establish healthy relationships with your business partners. That means that in China, you should prepare yourself for in-person business, not over the phone. Being prepared and educated on the specific business negotiation is highly valued, and it shows dedication and respect to the company. Giving gifts in business is normal in China, but people need to make sure that they do not give gifts that may result in a bribery. These are examples of gifts that you can give. These are examples of gifts that you should avoid giving. Greetings in China are very similar to those in the United States. In general, and in the business world, when you meet someone new, you exchange a proper handshake. When you see your friends, it is normal to exchange a hug. In business, besides the initial handshake, it is important to avoid physical contact, and it is important to maintain strong eye contact. It is also considered extremely disrespectful to point at people, so never do this. The most common sports in China are badminton, basketball, and ping pong. Most communities have sport facilities that can be used by the people living there. It is very common to go out for a walk in the evening after dinner. Most families go together, and it is a way of staying fit. For older people, square dancing and Tai Chi are also common activities. Similar to in the United States, you can pay for a membership at a local gym.
It is very common for people to use public transportation, but most families also own a car. If you want to move to China, you need to plan ahead. It is crucial to be prompt, so you have to plan accordingly because it's considered rude to be late for a business meeting. Subways and buses are very crowded and traffic can be heavy. If the target location is not far away, biking might be the best option during rush hours, which typically is between 7 to 9 a.m. and 4 to 6 p.m.
Driving rules in China is different than in the US. The legal driving age in China is 18 years old. You need either a temporary license or a regular permit to drive in China. If you are visiting the country for 3 months or less, you can get a temporary license. You can get this at certain airports such as Beijing Airport or at the DMV administration, which you can find in most cities. If you are visiting China for more than 3 months, you have to have a regular permit. The process of getting a regular permit is similar to the process in the US. You need to come to the DMV office and take a test online about traffic rules and regulations, and then a practical driving test afterwards. If you choose to get a driving permit, you should bring a filled out application form, ID documentation and a visa, your US driving permit if you have one, and a health certificate, and a photo.